Hey guys, I'm glad to be back. Sorry for not posting last week, but the Olympics have kind of taken over TV. At least my TV watching experience for the last week and a half. So there wasn't really much for me to post about. But with that said, we are talking about the Olympics today and how geek culture has integrated its way into our 2018 Winter Olympic Games. Now, ice skating is my favorite, so get ready for a lot of talk about it. And some spoilers of who won and who didn't. Now, the first instance of geek culture I noticed at the 2018 Winter Olympics was in ice skating. And this was with a pairs ice skating team from Japan. And they skated to, you guessed it, Yuri on Ice. Not just one of the songs Yuri dances to, but the song Yuri had choreographed and created for himself. Composed for himself by one of his friends. So it is literally called Yuri on Ice. They don't really announce the songs most of the time, but for this one team they did, and they literally announced the song as Yuri on Ice, as that's what it's called. And I flipped out. I was like, Mom, they're doing a song from Yuri on Ice, it's anime. This anime that's really into ice skating. And all the ice skaters love it, and blah, 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 blah. I kind of went on a tangent about it, and I think my mom thought I was crazy. But usually that doesn't happen in the Olympics. If it does, it's a movie theme, not a theme from an anime. But Yuri on Ice has become really popular, especially in Japan. The second instance of geek culture at the Olympic Games was also in ice skating because of the songs you can pick. It makes it really easy. And this was another pairs team. It was a pairs team from China, and they did two songs mixed together for their freestyle from, you'll never guess it, Star Wars. The two songs they mixed together were Luke and Leia from the original movie and Duel of the Fates from Phantom Menace. And it worked perfectly. It wasn't like very obvious, like it wasn't the main theme. It took me about halfway through to actually notice that it was Star Wars, and once I did, it was amazing. Because they were the Chinese team though, it was very surprising that they were actually using Star Wars. Star Wars itself didn't really make it over to China until about the early mid-90s, and it wasn't really popular to begin with. So it was very unique for a team from China to be using it. And I love it. I love how geek culture is finding new ways into primetime television and sports events. It makes me actually want to watch it more. I'm very into ice skating now. Not just because of Yuri on Ice. I've always kind of been into ice skating. But I love it when I can connect with the ice skating because of movie themes or musical songs. And that brings us to our next instance of geek culture or geek musical culture in the Olympic Games. And this was with actually more than one team. It was with a pair ice skating team and a ice dance team who actually won last night, which was, as of now, Monday night. And this ice dancing team from Canada that won gold skated to Moulin Rouge.
Want to vanish inside your kiss.
And because so many teams are skating to it, it has become so popular, it has moved its way up on the iTunes chart. The 2001 soundtrack from Moulin Rouge has moved all the way up to the 15th place on iTunes. Yes, that doesn't seem very high, but for something that is back made in 2001, that's actually a huge jump from where it was before. And this is all because of the way the Olympics are using them. all these songs are now becoming hugely popular. I loved this song when I was younger, but now I'm actually listening to it all the time because it keeps popping up as I watch the Olympics. And now with the Olympic Games and so many skaters using Moulin Rouge, the soundtrack has become the 4th best-selling soundtrack right behind Hamilton. Now, ice skating is not the only instance of geek culture in the Olympic Games. It is the main one I have noticed because it's my favorite, but it has also happened in a couple other sports. The other instance that stood out the most to me was with a skeleton racer. This racer was from South Korea and ended up winning gold. The reason he stood out in geek culture was because of his helmet. It was an Iron Man helmet. And it kind of went with his whole outfit as well. But what made it even better was the fact that it wasn't just like, ooh, look, it has a Captain America sticker on it or something. It was an Iron Man helmet, and Iron Man's whole thing, his whole robot costume, iron thing, actually has a helmet. So while he was, you could say, I kind of call skeleton racing sledding on ice. So while he was sledding face first on ice, it looked like Iron Man was sledding face forward in the Olympic Games. And that has stood out in my mind ever since. I love it. Everyone was talking about it online. People were saying online, oh my god, Iron Man has just won the Olympics. Twitter blew up. And I will remember the 2018 Olympics as the year South Korean Iron Man won. And with the Moulin Rouge ice dancing team from Canada getting gold, and South Korean Iron Man getting gold. Sorry, I can't really pronounce his name. I am happy to say that I hope geek culture keeps getting used in the Olympics from now on and into the future.